Once you're in college, you probably will have a work-study money. You'll be qualified for work-study, in which case, try to find a professor who'll take you on to do research. It's a lot more interesting than filing or copying all day, which is what the other work-study jobs are. You all know in college, keep your GPA over a 3. If you want to head for medical school or law school, over a 3.5. That doesn't mean that if it's 3.4 you won't get in, but try to keep it at 3.5. It also depends on where. If you're doing very badly in a course and you're afraid you're going to get a D, drop the course before it's too late and take it later. Generally, dropping is not ideal, but it's much better to drop it, not have it mess up your GPA, and take it later. It's okay. Yeah. Don't overload your schedule too much with too many things. The first year, don't take every single credit you possibly can. Later on, you'll know what you can do and what you can't do. One great way to do well in college, and in high school too, I found it worked very well for me in high school. College, I didn't do it as much as I should have, is to work in groups. People in your class, work together with them. Do homework together, if that's, if you're allowed to do homework together. But certainly study before a test together. They'll know things you don't know, you'll know things they don't know, and they happen to catch this word and you didn't, and vice versa. So a group really helps. I did the best in those courses where I had a group to study with. Stay in touch with your mentor. This is all part of networking. You know that if you call up your mentor when you don't need something, just to say how are things going, that later on when you need something, they'll be a lot more receptive. And besides, it's the right thing to do and the nice thing to do, and why not? But don't ignore them until you want something. It's not a good idea, it's not right, and it doesn't do you so well. You won't get such a good letter of recommendation. Give them at least a week to do letters of recommendation. Give them a self-addressed envelope if you can, as much information about you as you can. You can give them a resume, you can give them, if you give them a copy of your report or something, they'll know what a wonderful person you are. I mean, we all know you're wonderful, but you want the person to writing you a letter of recommendation to also know you're wonderful. So the more things you can show them, give them, the better a letter they'll write. That's about it, except I do want to emphasize that if you're writing an essay, ask somebody who's good in English to read it and make suggestions. And once you've done that a couple of times, even if the essay is different, you'll have learned how to do a better essay. Even if colleges ask different questions, you can usually just frame it slightly differently to answer their question. And the English you've learned will be very useful. And the other thing, I think you all know about computers, and the Harlem Children's Society is a good way. They insist that you know about computers, that's great. And public speaking, you're learning about public speaking, and that's wonderful too. So I think you will be very well equipped. That's all I have to say today.